It's finally here. Hololive's newest generation, Hololive Justice, will be debuting on Friday, June 21st. In this video, I'll be breaking down the newly released Hololive Justice PV, which features 4 new Hololive members, interestingly breaking the usual 5-member Hololive debut tradition. With that said, let's watch the Hololive Justice PV. Quick pause, we see that we're continuing chronologically right after the Hololive Advent PV Breach, which was released on July 30th, 2023, about a year ago today. The first member we are introduced to is the Scarlet Queen, Elizabeth Roseblood Flame. From the get-go, Elizabeth has a familiar art style to Hollow Advent member Nerissa Ravencroft. I also noticed that there may be a recurring theme in regards to playing similarities and opposites with Justice and Advent members. Now getting back to Elizabeth, she is seen having a blue flame on her chest, crimson red hair, and a white dress to complement her looks. She has a giant red sword seemingly straight out of a fantasy anime as well. Personality-wise, Elizabeth seems to be a more mature and serious Hollow Justice member, and model-wise, Elizabeth is giving me a lot of anime flashbacks to Ria Scrummery from High School DxD. My first impressions of Elizabeth's character model are sleek and overall positive. Her unique color scheme of crimson red, which is only found in a few Hololive members, is a welcome change of pace. However, a change I would have made to Elizabeth's character design would have been to put a flaming blue crown on top of Elizabeth's head instead of a flame wisp on her chest, but that's just my personal preference. If I had to give this Vtuber model grade, I'd say this one's a solid A- for me. It's really well done, clean, and Elizabeth has a great choice in color schemes which isn't overused in other Hololive members. I also like how she reminds me of Nerissa's character model while also having her own unique charm. The next Hollow Justice member introduced is the Chaser, Gigi Murin. Gigi seems to have a similar art style to the Fuumoco sisters, or possibly a contrast to Shiori's goth-like theme, but to me it's artistically more akin to the Fuumoco twins. Outfit-wise, Gigi is wearing an animal-style hoodie similar to Gura, but with a goth-punk twist. Gigi's hair features twin tails with contrasting blonde and brunette hair colors, and an ahoge similar to Natsuhiro Matsuri. Some fine details that Gigi has are fingerless gloves, a giant glowing tail, and animal claw shoes. She also has a band-aid on her left knee, and only one orange and black striped stocking covering her right knee. Her weapon of choice is a pair of power gauntlets similar to the League of Legends character V. She also has a unique flying bird mascot with oversized ears and a propeller. To me, it's reminiscent of Haro from Gundam, only this time in an animaloid version. Now, Gigi's personality seems to be more on the playful and mischievous side, similar to the Fuumoco twins, and she also looks like the youngest Hololive Justice member. Gigi's Vtuber design also reminds me of Yoshino from the anime Date A Live, only much bolder and more mischievous in terms of character and personality. Her color schemes are bright orange with contrasting black and red details, and in my opinion, she currently stands as one of the most unique Vtuber models to date. And if I had to rate this Vtuber model, this one's an A+. The design is very unique, goth punk-like, which I like, and her outfit matches perfectly with her character. I've also noticed that there's a certain trend that Hololive likes to follow, being unique chibi models. And if we look at current Hololive members Garagura, Usada Pecora, and Minata Aqua, they all have similar unique chibi model designs. And going by this logic, I wouldn't be shocked if Gigi becomes a fan favorite. Next, we have our third Hollow Justice member, the artist with god eyes, Raora Panthera. As her name already suggests, she looks to be related to the feline genus, home to fellow Hololive members Nekomata Okayu, Shishido Botan, and Shirakami Fubuki. Raora doesn't seem to have an indefinite counterpart in terms of design to Hollow Advent, but her cat characteristics could definitely be seen as a polar opposite to the Fuumoco twins. Raora has long pink hair with steampunk glasses, and she is also equipped with metal claws following her cat-like theme. Character-wise, Raora is a great artist and one of the few Hololive members with a backstory involving art in her character. She has a plushie or mascot Teletubby in nature. Raora, for some reason, reminds me of a mature version of Kurumi Nekomai from the anime Muranase. And overall, she's a solid character. A nice detail they gave Raora is a streak of white on one of her bangs, and her fuzzy ears also blend well with her character model overall. I also like how her bangs part at the top, which is a unique VTuber model trait rarely seen nowadays. And I don't really have any major complaints about Raora's base character model, but I do think there's some wasted character potential in terms of costume design. I get Raora's theme, but I think they could have done a little bit more for her, like adding a drawing kit or maybe a tablet somewhere on her VTuber model. I think that would give her more personality. I also think that they could have given her a different outfit. Her lab coat dress is fine, but I think it's just too similar to Elizabeth's outfit already. However, I really do like the artist theme, and I think it's a good choice for Raora. And I can already picture Raora collabing with current Hololive artists, Yofi, Marin, and Ina. Overall, model-wise, Rora's a B+ for me. I really do like her character-based design, but I do wish that they added more cosmetics for Raora to make her character pop a little bit more. Maybe a Panther themed skin. Last but not least, we have the ancient automaton, Cecilia Immergreen. A long overdue mechanical robot themed character since Roboco's debut back in 2019. And right off the bat, I noticed Cecilia's puppet-like shoulders, which look super cool and are executed very well. Cecilia's character model also has a wind-up bronze bow on top of her head, and her costume features a white dress with a gear-like contraption holding her torso together. Her weapon of choice is a giant green lance, and her emerald green eyes are just mesmerizing. Cecilia's similar opposite advent member seems to be Koseki Bijou in terms of stature. Both Bijou and Cecilia have similar character lore as well, as both are not human. Cecilia also looks to be joining the Hololive board committee, which was in dire need of a new member. She's also shown in the PV playing an electric violin, which could point to signs of Hololive debuting their first classical musician. Cecilia's anime character counterpart is also reminiscent of Siesta from the anime The Detective Is Already Dead, but she could also pass for Shiro Ogane Noel's long-lost sister in terms of her facial features. Overall, her character model is super satisfying to look at, and I really like the Tanmatan theme. And rating-wise, I give Cecilia an A. Just a really cool character design.
Catch us if you can!
Now, after watching the Hololive Justice PV, let's quickly discuss the lore. Hololive Justice are playing agents of justice opposite to Advent's criminals. Hololive Advent is seemingly the yin to Hololive Justice's yang. We're shown Justice members are gearing up to catch Advent, and at the end of the PV, we hear Advent say,
Catch us if you can!
Also, the music in the PV is techno-pop in comparison to Holo Advent's techno-rock in Advent's Breach PV. This PV had a great concept and great execution. However, in regards to world building for Holo Justice, there isn't a whole lot shown in the PV in comparison to Holo Advent's Breach, but there are details scattered here and there. For example, in one scene, there's a statue of Lady Justice. And for those of you who don't know, Lady Justice is based off the Greek goddess Themis, representing the virtue of justice. Interestingly, this statue of Lady Justice is not wearing a blindfold, which usually symbolizes equal equality. This could mean that the Holo Justice members are not exactly the perfect heroes of justice they make themselves out to be. The Lady Justice statue is also carrying the traditional sword symbolizing justice, and she is holding a tip scale symbolizing the balance of facts and evidence to determine a verdict. In one of the Holo Justice's rooms, there's a giant projector, more akin to a cannon, showing Shiori escaping the cell. There aren't many rooms we get to see in the Holo Justice PV, but one room we do manage to see in detail features a couple reoccurring items, a coat of arms, a red and black color painting, and a metal face. There is also a circular door that opens in vault-like fashion to reveal the observation room where Holo Justice was observing the cell breach. Overall, this PV had a lot of lore, and I think this is giving Hololive a great opportunity in the future to release an anime or animations revolving Advent and Justice. My final thoughts on Holo Justice are overall just super positive, and I think this is a really good time to debut a new Hololive English generation. I think giving Advent a year to create and build personas was a great decision from Hololive staff, and debuting a strong Hololive generation like Justice with a cool backstory is a great way for Hololive to organically add content to Advent. And if you couldn't tell by my voice, I'm really excited to see everyone's debuts, and I'll eagerly await the debut of Hololive Justice on June 21st, which is only 2 days from now, which is kind of crazy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.